a potential action called thought, and that for him it's enough to see the created beings in the form that they exist outside of him, and also when they reach their completion in his attainment, then these two forms, which are called the end of the action as in its initial thought, they exist together, and they shape that black point that was created, and is called creation. Everything else besides that point is just its evolvement in regard to itself, the way it attains itself. Who is it? What is it? And by attaining itself, then who's the creator? What's going on with him? Why, what, how? Everything's attained from this black point. We never leave it, but only from it do we attain reality. Therefore, the whole of reality, to the measure to which it opens up within this black point, all in all, it's meant only in order for this point to feel where does it come from. Who created it, who controls it, who develops it. But all that, like a movie, that is projected in it, that passes through it, and the entire universe, all of us, all the worlds exist inside of it. And the attitude of the previous emanator, the light that has created this point, that shaped it, the attitude of the light toward it is called the thought of creation. Therefore, we have that one thought in which that point was emanated, from which all of reality developed, and therefore we call it the thought of creation. It's the Creator's attitude to the Nivra. And therefore we say that everything was created in that thought, emanated in that thought, formed in it, and there's only this thought that includes everything, and it's the desired reward, of course, and the exertion and all the events that occur. Everything is in that point. Everything's included in it, meaning there is nothing that is not included, that thought of creation, including that black point called creation, and everything that happens with that point, to that point. Everything's included there. Now, we talk a lot about where's the disconnection here, the emanator himself. That's not called the Matzil, but that's called Atzmuto. And this thought that was comprised in him, and this thought is also as if existing from absence, that didn't exist before creation. And from that thought, we already talk about creation, that on part of the Creator, there is just this thought. And when this thought is comprised from him, then we, the created beings, can attain it only in those stages in which that thought as if disconnects from him, only to that extent, and it starts acting in and of itself, and in that thought there are already additional thoughts, and About them, we talk about as the Dalet Bchinot, the Partsufim, the Olamot, meaning we learn later on about what emerges in practice from that which exists in potential in that black point that includes the thought of the creator to create that point and the point itself that feels itself as if that it's disconnected from the creator. In short, the entire process that in advance is included in that thought, meaning that there's everything exists in it and everything develops from that thought.